This is the QNUT electric bike, and my first reaction was that it looks more like a compact electric motorbike than a typical e-bike. I went in curious and a little skeptical. I've had mixed luck with direct-to-consumer bikes, and I worried about build quality, shipping mistakes, and whether that 28 miles per hour claim was real or just marketing. From my experience, those concerns weren't baseless. But once I got the bike dialed in, the ride changed my mind in a big way. Key features that stood out to me right away: a 1500W peak rear hub motor, a 48 volts 18Ah removable battery, 20 by 4.0 inch fat tires, full suspension, and a color LCD that's larger and brighter than I expected. The brand rates range at 60 to 90 miles with pedal assist, and top speed at 28 miles per hour with throttle. On paper, it's a lot of bike for the money. In my opinion, the appeal here is simple: instant power, a comfy moped-style stance, and enough battery to handle a week of short commutes without charging if you use pedal assist. The style is retro motorcycle with a long bench-style saddle and a steel frame. It has presence. The fat tires fill out the look and add stability, and the suspension gives it that small motorcycle stance. The wiring is tucked neatly through the frame, which keeps the cockpit clean. The 5.4-inch color display is bright, readable in sunlight, and shows the info I actually want to see: speed, battery percentage, assist level, and mileage. The controls feel familiar and simple: twist throttle on the right, a standard 7-speed shifter, and basic light controls. The lighting is strong up front with a big LED headlight, and the rear has visibility pieces that actually make you feel seen at night. The frame feels sturdy, and the load rating of up to 330 pounds is confidence-inspiring. It's a heavy bike though, so lifting it onto a rack is a workout. Assembly was mostly smooth, but I hit some snags. My front tube arrived damaged, and the kickstand hardware wasn't in the small parts bag. I replaced the tube and sourced the missing nuts locally, then checked every bolt. The brakes needed adjustment out of the box. Lever throw was long, and the pads needed to bed in. None of this is unusual in this price class, but it did delay my first ride. The first throttle roll was a whoa moment. A rear hub motor with 1500W peak means the controller can push short bursts of power above the motor's nominal rating. In simple terms, it jumps off the line with enough shove to feel like a little motorbike. From my experience, stop-and-go traffic becomes easy. I could squeeze the throttle from a dead stop and flow up to neighborhood speed without pedaling. PAS, pedal assist, also works well. If you're new to this, PAS uses sensors to add motor power while you pedal. This bike has speed and pedal sensing, so power ramps smoothly rather than lurching. I topped out at the claimed 28 mph on flat ground using throttle, which is fast for a compact fat tire bike. With PAS and a comfortable cadence in the higher gears, cruising at 20 to 23 mph felt natural. The 7-speed drivetrain matters on hills. Downshifting keeps your legs spinning while the motor helps. On a steep neighborhood climb, throttle only did it, but slowly. Adding PAS at a low gear held speed better and didn't cook my legs. Comfort is a strength. The dual suspension and 4-inch tires soak up cracks, gravel, and root bumps that would rattle a rigid frame. The front fork on my unit isn't adjustable, so I couldn't tune compression or rebound, but the stock tune is plush and aimed at everyday comfort. Cornering is steady rather than sporty. It prefers smooth arcs over quick flicks, which fits the motorbike vibe. Braking is mechanical disc on my bike, not hydraulic. After bedding the pads and adjusting cable tension, the stopping power was fine for normal rides. There's a motor cutoff when you touch the brakes, which I like because it keeps the bike from fighting you under braking. That said, I'd upgrade to better pads or consider a hydraulic conversion if you're heavier or often riding downhill at speed. Night riding impressed me. The headlight throws a wide, usable beam, and the display's brightness never washed out in glare. The display is IP rated and claimed to operate in cold and heat. I rode in light rain and cold temps and had no issues with visibility or moisture. On range, I'm always conservative. With mixed throttle and PAS at middling levels, I cleared a long day of urban errands at around 35 miles with charge to spare. When I focused on pedaling and kept PAS moderate, I stretched it into the 50s. I can believe 60 to 90 miles if you ride efficiently in lower assist levels. The removable battery is clutch for apartment living and security. From my experience, the acceleration is the headline. Throttle from a standstill feels immediate, and that's what makes it fun. It's perfect for short commutes and quick neighborhood trips where you want to skip pedaling at lights and just roll. The ride comfort is a close second. The fat tires and rear shock turn chewed-up pavement into something you stop noticing. The display is third. It's big, clear, and simple, which I appreciate more than a spec sheet ever suggests. I also like the overall ready-to-ride feel. Lights, solid tires, a sensible drivetrain, and a battery that doesn't make me plan my day around charging. Key features that matter to me are the removable 48-volt 18Ah battery, the 1500W peak motor that hits 28 miles per hour, and the 20x4.0 tires that keep the bike planted on sand, snow dustings, and gravel paths. I do have notes. The cockpit can feel cramped for taller riders. I'm comfortable for medium-length rides, but on longer days, I wanted more room to stretch. The fork being non-adjustable limits fine-tuning. Mechanical discs require more attention than hydraulics and needed a break-in period. Cargo options are limited. There isn't an obvious spot for a front basket out of the box, so plan for a seat bag or custom mounting if you carry groceries often. And it's heavy, great for stability, not great for stairs. In my opinion, those trade-offs are honest for the price and the category. Once the initial setup hiccups were handled, the ride quality and easy power made me smile every time I twisted the throttle. In conclusion, this is the compact electric motorbike vibe a lot of people imagine when they hear powerful e-bike. It looks cool, it rips off the line, and it's comfortable on rough streets and light trails. It's perfect for commuters who want throttle on demand, weekend explorers who split time between bike paths and gravel, and anyone who wants a simple, fun way to get around without sweating the range. I'd recommend this for first-time e-bike buyers who want that motorbike feel without paying premium prices, and for riders who value comfort and stability over ultralight handling. If you're very tall, need lots of cargo mounts, or demand hydraulic brakes from day one, you'll want to plan a few upgrades or consider a different frame style. For me, the core experience, easy speed, solid suspension, and a big, readable screen wins the day. From my experience, the QNUT electric dirt bike delivers what it promises. Approachable power, a retro look that turns heads, and a range that makes everyday riding simple. If you've been curious about an electric bike that feels more like a small motorbike, this checks the right boxes. If this video helped, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own ride notes in the comments. Thank you for watching.